Yeah, done. And we got two London games. Oh, no, only one London game. Three, two, one. All right. What's going on? And welcome to Totally Blitz Podcast. And once again, we are live this Saturday afternoon, breaking down the NFL Week 6 picks. We're going to give our best, our not best, we're going to give out our locks and dogs always towards the end. And we've been on a heater, so stay tuned for that. But as always, go down, like, subscribe, comment who you got this week, your bets, your parlays, anything you're feeling really good about. If your team's in the locker room, how you feeling? Let us know. But as always, I'm Paul Pickle when I'm conscious, and I'm joined with.
You already know, man. It's your boy, Cat Waterbuster Boy, aka the Dom PYE. Always the realest on your screen. I got goldfish and Oreos on me today. Oreos, I feel like you should sponsor me. I've been eating Oreos my whole life.
Talk to get that.
We don't start manifesting that one.
Man, if y'all don't know, Kev won last week. So, and he won probably like a 2-game margin. I think it was one of the bigger margins of the year because every week's been pretty fucking close. Or we also have a tie throughout the year. Locks last week, Kev, both of us 2-0, 2-0. So we're coming in with some a little extra juice.
Facts.
I look, you got a little leftover drink from yesterday in my cup over here. I might as well finish.
Nah, fact. I think week 5 was just such an insane week that where the picks to have gone how they did is like surprising because not just that like I went 9-5, but like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 games were 1-score games.
That's NFL football, baby. And there's a lot of them where, like I said on the recap, yesterday was like I had the Bengals, which were right there up until overtime. Like they had a game winning field goal that they botched on. The 49ers, the kicker getting hurt and the Cardinals coming all the way back on their ass. Like shit like that was just sometimes it's just how the cookie crumbles. You can't when you're making your picks, you can't make picks expecting that.
That's not in anybody's game script.
No, the script writer's going crazy, and they back for this season.
Oh, going stupid.
But as always, we're going to start off with the slate. We're starting off back-to-back weeks here. We're going across the pond, Kev. We're going all the way to London.
See,
we're going. Oh, what's up?
See, I think it's tough this week, right? I feel like we got schemed. This is Milton's fault.
How so?
Because like, there's no way you and me would have not picked the 49ers after the Seahawks just lost to the Giants. So like, I was doing my picks this week and I immediately got mad. I'm like, I feel like they stole one from me, especially like the 49ers are like 3-3, but they were 2-3. So I'm like, I've already picked these niggas 3 times and they lost. And then you stealing one from me. Fuck you, Milton.
That's also because I thought about that too. Also, week 1 we missed the game, but with the Cowboys Browns, and I was like, I know we both would have took the Cowboys, and the Cowboys ended up winning that game, and I was like, damn, we low-key didn't get one of them dubs. Oh, but that's why we got to steal them back, Kev. You gotta, now you gotta take one back. The one that you probably was gonna lose, pick the other team and win that one. We got the Bears with Caleb Williams going over to London. Rookie over in London. How's he going to fare? We'll find out. They're a 1-point favorite. They're technically the home team. But you got the Jaguars coming in. Jaguars is a 1-point dog in London. Trevor Lawrence's birthday last week, but we got the dub on his birthday. Played a great game. First half at least. But Jags are playing back-to-back weeks in London. So this is the first week of their stay. They're going to stay in London after this week and practice there for their next week game in London. So, like, the Jags being London's team is, like, there's so much truth to that statement. 1-point dog here, Kev. How are we feeling? We got Trevor Lawrence and we got Caleb Williams, both who were the promised child, the next great one at quarterback when they came in.
Facts. I mean, they said the Bears have been there since Monday.
Five,
So
eating
there's so
the
many.
worst food ever.
So there's so many intangibles that could go down. I've never. I didn't think about the whole rookie in London aspect, but at the end of the day, none of that shit matters. It's still football, and it's about making the plays inside the lines. I think this game is a lot closer than
So
we
1 point, it's a pickle.
oh, okay. I'm thinking like it might be three because this is a close ass game. Just because the Bears defense has played so well, and the way Joe Flacco tore this secondary apart last week, showing that they could get secondary, and the way that their running back has played so well recently, this is a tough game to pick. I honestly don't know how this is gonna go.
I want to go with the whole it's the Jaguars in London. Even when it don't make sense, you pick them because
Mm-hmm.
the Urban Meyer year, they beat the Dolphins, who had Tyreek, they had the full squad, and they won on a field goal in the last couple seconds, type shit. Like they just find ways to win. They're literally the London's team for a reason. I wouldn't be shocked if this is one of the few games where there's like because whenever every London game, there's usually a whole bunch of different fan bases in that bitch. Whenever the Jags come to town, that bitch really might be like packed with some Jags fans. Like they're probably a majority more Jags fans than any other fan base in that bit. I'm personally just gonna go with the Bears here. I know I'm hyping up the Jags in every sense of the word, but the one thing that I I hear coaches say a lot, I hear a lot of good football minds better than me, saying one thing that travels in football is a good defense. And that's what I'm leaning on with my pick here. I think the Bears defense is going to travel. They're going to play really well. Even if the offense is having hiccups, I expect both of them to maybe have hiccups. And the Jags have a pretty mediocre defense to start the year, to say the least. So I'm expecting the Bears defense to win in this game.
Yeah, I think this is the game where it's gonna be a tale of two defenses. I think the Bears defense is gonna play really, really well. And the Jaguars defense isn't gonna play up to par, so the Bears offense is gonna look a lot better than it might fare against a different team. And just because the Jaguars are playing in London next week, I can't see them going 0-2 in London. So if I were to pick them, they take want to lose one game, it's gonna be this one. So me making some random ass football math, I'm taking the Bears too.
Okay. And the Jags do play the Patriots next week in London. So, I mean, if they're gonna win one, lose one, that would be a good pick.
Mm-hmm.
Then going back to the states here, we just brought them up, so I might as well start with that game. Patriots, 6.5 point home dog to the Texans. Drake May is starting the Drake May tour, and them 6.5 point dogs have been barking. That's all I'm gonna say. As I
I was about
throw,
to say that shit just pissed me off. Vegas knew that they was doing when they did that one right there. They said want to make it seven. No, 6.5, six and a
I
half.
think it was 7, and people have been taking the +7, so now it's 6.5. But it's just in that little range. This year in particular is, if y'all don't know, this year in particular, 6.5 point dogs or more have been fucking eating straight up, winning games and just covering the 6.5. Just at
Two of
an
them,
outrageous rate.
two of them won last week. And then the Cardinals and Giants win
Yeah.
6.5 and 7. Oh man. So I'm not even writing down my picks. That's crazy. But woof, this is tough because them 6.5. They've been eating. They've been eating.
You know, you got
How do
no
you
Nico
how do you
Collins.
like this to play?
You got no Nico Collins. Joe Mixon, I think, will be playing finally. I think this is gonna be actually a close game. I won't be shocked if the Patriots cover because I do like Drake May. I think Drake May is gonna play have a couple plays that look nice. This Texans defense has been letting up. Has been letting up for some quarterbacks. So I think there's no film out on Drake May yet. It could either go one or two ways. Either like First off, I expect the Patriots to run the ball a lot. They're not gonna let Drake May throw a lot unless they need to. And it could be a grind out game. I think they cover the 6.5, but I don't think they win this game. I think the Texans win this game, but probably are going to be up for most of this game, and the Patriots late score to cover the spread type shit.
See, I just don't know why did they choose this game to be the one where they bring out their quarterback. I would have been okay with the Dolphins last week because it's like a either or, and this is one of those games where it's like a you can't play any worse. I get it, but the Patriots still have some solid hitters in defense. I think they couldn't stop the run. Last week, with Joe Mixon coming back, that's going to play a huge difference and make up for a lot of the production that's going to be gone without Nico Collins. But you still have your hitters, with Stephon Diggs, and CJ Stroud is a killer. So I think their offense figures this out. I think their own line still blocks. So I think they figure it out and they can get comfortable. And they'll just show that they can still get vertical, even though they don't have Nico Collins.
Yeah, still got Diggs.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember. There's some other guy they showed. They're like, this is the guy who's taking. They're like some fantasy people were saying, like, go pick up.
So I'm not mad. I just don't know why you guys chose to let the.
Well, what if Christian Gonzalez puts Stephon Diggs in a fucking box?
See, then they're fucked because that's like very important. But I don't think they're gonna play crazy man like that. I think they're gonna play a lot of zones.
This could be the sneaky game, Kev. Like the more I'm sitting here thinking about, because I forgot about Christian Gonzalez is gonna on that field too. I was like, hold on, like what if the passing game does get a little?
And he did his thing last week because Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill had very ordinary games.
I'm gonna take back the right. I think the Texans still win, but I think the Patriots might be winning early in this game, like at halftime, because they just run the ball, settle for field goals, play good defense, and then the Texans have to figure their shit out, come out of half, and CJ Stroud gets the dub.
It's gonna be another close game. I think the Texans have played nothing but close games these last 2 weeks.
And we got to keep it moving because this is a big spread, and we're jumping to another big spread. 1 o'clock is scattered with big spreads. Ravens 7-point home favorites. They laying 7. They think they win it by a touchdown again. Who's coming to town? The Washington Commanders here. Lamar, Jaden Daniels. This is the premier quarterback. This is the hottest ticket of the week. I think the average ticket price is $375, if I remember correctly. This is going to be a good game in Baltimore here. 7
Heisman
points
versus MVP.
Yeah, this is the two Heisman winners. Lamar former Heisman winner too. But it is like someone was pointing out that it's 7 points, and which sounds like a lot. Like there's no way that the Baltimore's going to beat them by 7. Washington's rolling, but they did make a good point that like the Washington's defense is still very questionable. They've been playing good, but they're still very questionable. And could the Ravens have a field day, put up 40 points like they did against the Bengals type shit? And then can Jaden keep up the pace type? Is that how this game's going to go? How do you take it?
I'm glad you brought up the defense because this game is going to prove that what happened in week 1 in Tampa was a fluke or not. I feel like. Can this defense hold up against really good offenses? Especially an offense that just came off of a great performance. Can you slow down Derrick Henry late in the game? Can you force Lamar to make mistakes because they're always pending? So this is going to prove a lot to the Commanders' defense. I just think that their defense, the Ravens' defense, shows that we gave up a lot of points last week. I think they're kind of coming in, locking in, solidifying, and they can force this Commanders team to make mistakes because this Commanders team doesn't know what they don't know. So they're going to be doing they're going to have a lot of fun. They're going to continue to play like they have been playing, and they're going to take this team seriously, but they're going to feel like, this defense has shown that they give up yards and they can be scored on. And they don't know what they don't know. So when they come in, they're getting like trying to get vertical and really trying some of these great defenders. They might get exposed a little bit, or they might get caught slipping.
It sounds like you kind of pro Commanders with that one. You still a little split?
It's not been hot.
I'm gonna go out on the whim because like everything is saying like I feel like Baltimore should steamroll the 7 point favorites, but this could be the parlay buster. We haven't really talked about a lot of that. I feel like a lot of people might have the Ravens in a parlay, thinking yeah they're gonna take care of business here. There's a reason why these 7 point dogs been barking. One of them is Vegas hasn't figured them out yet. I took the leap of faith when I said that with Washington a couple weeks back, and I'm gonna go on that leap of faith again, saying, you kind of hyped me up with the they don't know they did what they don't know, and that's true.
They don't.
Until someone forces them to start making mistakes and play sloppy ball, they have the confidence that they're the best team in the league, and they could potentially come out of this game. I'm taking Commanders here. They're gonna come out 5-1 with a dominating lead in the NFC East, and nobody's gonna be. We're gonna be sitting here after this game like, goddamn, who would have thought Commanders have like a 3-game lead on everybody in this division? Number one in the NFC type vibes.
I love to see it, man. But I got the Ravens. I think they don't know what they don't know, and that can be their greatest weapon, but their Achilles heel at the same time. Because when you don't know that you can make mistakes, you can start making them, and you can do it in bunches. And I don't think they let Jaden Daniels rush as much. I don't think they're gonna let him get off like that. And they're gonna force him to make the error, to make the right throw. And when you have to make the right throw, is a little bit tougher than feeling it and playing instinctively. So if this defense shows up, I think that the Ravens can get the 7 points.
And it's kind of Washington D.C. is right next to Baltimore.
Oh yeah, it's a DMV battle.
Yeah,
They call it the battle of the belt line.
nice. Biggest spread of the week. Next game, Eagles 8.5 point favorite at home against the Browns. If the Eagles were playing anybody else, I'd probably be kind of going against them right now because I'm kind of anti-Hurts. Right, I got to see what they doing because they not looking too hot. But they are coming off a bye. So I believe they're coming. Yeah, they're coming off the bye, correct?
Yeah, and the receivers were full participants in practice.
Fully healthy right there, the receiving core. And Deshaun Watson's still starting. So I am Jalen Hurts and the Eagles to win this game.
Yeah, we don't have to say much. I think this is just going to be another. The Browns are going to be a broken record all season. They're going to get random wins because the defense can show up. But there's going to be every week where we're sitting there like, damn, when are they going to put Jameis Winston in?
I think this could be a potential. I think Eagles could be up like 21-3 at halftime, and then like we get like a Jameis Winston sighting in the fourth quarter because like it's not a ball game anymore.
See, and then that's when he throws like 3 ducks.
Amari Cooper goes stupid in the fourth quarter.
It gets close. Like they score 17 in the fourth, and niggas are like, yo, wait a minute.
Then we got the Packers here, 5.5 point home favorite, Kev, with the Cardinals coming into town. Both coming off of good wins last week. Packers, Jordan Love taking on Kyler Murray. Got some two marquee quarterback matchups here. 49.5 is the over under, one of the higher over unders of the week.
Wow.
So they are expecting some points to be scored here, Kev. This will be a good game. I actually don't know. It's 5.5, which should tell you that they think the Packers should win pretty good here. But the Cardinals, like we said last week in the recap, and like we said, start the season, they're going to be a feisty team that's going to go 50-50 in every ball game.
I mean, if the Packers limit their mistakes, this is a game they can handle to win. But because they've shown that they can make mistakes in bunches, they're missing their 2 best receivers right now. Even though Jalen Reed, I think is his name, been doing his thing, balling, but Tucker Kraft has been balling. So it's not like Jordan Love can't find other targets to hit and other weapons, but that's important. I think this Packers team isn't going to lose this game, but if this Cardinal team comes ready to play, ready to ball, and stays feisty, They can definitely be up and force the Packers to have to figure the shit out, similar to how we called the Texas game.
I'm I think I'm leaning more on Josh Jacobs here. I think the Packers are going to run the ball down the Cardinals' defense here, which then will open up for Jordan Love play action. I also think Matt LaFleur is arguably one of the better minds offensively in the game right now, with the way he's having everybody seemingly eat at the same time on this offense. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Malik Willis came in, still getting dubs, still found like good offense. um, I'm going with the Packers here. I think the Cardinals could keep it close, but the Cardinals are coming off a win. And I told myself, don't forget they won this game because the 49ers kicker got hurt. Like, this is a game that they probably should have lost. Keep that into account going into next week. And I'm keeping that into account. I'm not forgetting that they kind of had a lot of things bent their way for them to win that game. So going with the Packers here at home.
Nice. I mean, I respect that. I think they've just shown that they can stay in games. And when you stay in games, then it only comes down to a couple plays. But when you always got to come back, you're always like rushing. It's just a lot of that's frustrating like a motherfucker. But when you're always in games and you don't have to limit your offense, I think that's why the Cardinals can make this game interesting. But as well as I'm gonna take the Packers because they can force turnovers in every game they've done it so far.
All right. And then these next 5 games are about to go down are all 3.5 point or less spread. So they're basically going to be the field goal games, as they want to call them.
Mm-hmm.
We got the Saints at home, 3.5 point home dogs to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers divisional game here in the
Love a home dog.
home dog. Saints fans love talking about how they own the Bucks. Bucks fans love talking about this and that. Um, kind of this is kind of a game where you kind of got to throw everything out the window that you've seen throughout the season. I feel like, and just
Max.
kind of feeling off of vibes here. Who's going to show up a little bit better? You got the Evans versus Lattimore game. That's always fun to watch. Um, I'm going to go with the Saints as the home dog here just to sprinkle some dogs on my card because I need some. And the fact that they're going to be buzzing. Like they're going to get loud. Their defense just seems to play their best games every year against the Buccaneers. And without Mike Evans, I know they still got Chris Godwin, Ricard White, Bucky and shit running back, but without your number one receiver, I feel like sometimes the Bucks fall a little bit flat, and that's why the Saints played them really well. So I'm gonna take the Saints as the home dog here.
You aren't shit. And I needed to sprinkle a dog on my card. You know how I hate the Bucks.
Well, usually when we go double dog, we do have good like when we did the Vikings like week whatever, and then we did the Packers. Like every time we usually double, I have the same dog. Saints over Cowboys. We
We,
do
we
pretty.
picked Bills
Pretty
last week. We picked Bills last week though.
Oh yeah, the Bills. Yeah, that one did hurt.
Yeah, kid. And then we also double. Oh no, we didn't. That was the only double dog. The double dog now. But dang, your Cowboys hit on my dogs. Still, I didn't know the Steelers were the dog last week. But I'm also taking the Saints, but I don't want to because I'm not gonna lie. Hold on. See, my only reason, right, that I'm scared to take the Saints is because Spencer Rattler started, and I've never seen Spencer Rattler play.
Damn, Spencer Rattler. I'm gonna change my pick.
Yeah.
I'm going to the Buccaneers because Todd Bowles against a quarterback that doesn't play is gonna eat. Yeah, no, it's never mind. Forget
Okay.
you
So,
see.
all right, good. Because I
You can have
wanted to
the
take
Saints,
a,
guy.
yeah, like I wanted to take the Saints, right? I really wanted to sprinkle them shits on there, but like I just don't know what Spencer Rattler is coming out here to do, and this defense is only getting healthier. Right? By the time they play us again, I feel like they're gonna be like everybody's like, "Hey, bro, I'm ready to play, man. We're not letting that shit go down again." So like, this is one of those games where like people start being like, "Whoa, let me come back. Let me get some extra couple snaps. Let me get on. Let me see what. Let me try this ankle out real quick, coach." Like I think this is that game, and I think it's an ugly dog fight game. Ugh, but
Baker was a little banged up towards the end of the game last week.
Mm. Spencer Rattler against Todd Bowles defense
I
and
don't
Vita
know where
Vea and them
I don't
boys.
know where Tampa Bay if they've been practicing.
And fresh off a hurricane. You know
I don't
niggas
know.
love to play. You know everybody loves to play well off a hurricane. Even the Knicks one year was balling after a hurricane. I was like, oh, anybody can eat after a hurricane. Oh man. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go Saints. I'm gonna keep my Saints pick.
All
Because I
right,
do need a dog.
there's your
But
dog.
you don't be shocked if you get a text like that. Hey yo,
Scratch
I'm
that.
out. I just see suspension Rattler practice footage and I'm out. I'm out.
Then we got divisional games all around this week. We got the Titans 2.5 point home favorites against the Colts. I think Will Levis. I don't know if it's Will Levis starting. It might be Mason Rudolph. I have to double check
Yeah,
that
they're
real
half
quick.
and half right now.
They are okay because it's like Will Levis. I saw something like if he is good to go, that he will get the start. But then I did also see that Mason Rudolph potentially could be the starter too. But yeah, keep that in mind. That is half and half. They are 2.5 point home favorites though at home with the Colts coming off a loss where Joe Flacco was slicing and dicing motherfucker.
Oh, they're home favorites. Oh, I got the Colts. I got the Colts. I got the Colts. Boy. I don't know. Like, what's the Titans secondary looking like? Because if Joe Flacco can get vertical, like
Nah,
it's
their
a wrap.
secondary's not all of that. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, I got the Colts. I got the Colts. I got the Colts. I'm
I'm
not going
leaning
against the
the
niggas again.
Titans here just because I feel like a lot of people are gonna be on the Colts dog train this week. I could be wrong, but I just feel like the Titans are gonna somehow, some way, their defensive line is still very good. Secondary is not the best, but defensive line is really good. And maybe they get the Flacco this week. And the Colts defense has been landing up like 300-yard games to quarterbacks like left and right. So
Oh yeah,
not not saying
what is
that
it? But
Rudolph could do that, but he could maybe have a decent day.
yeah, I got the Colts just because they played three straight divisional games and they've all been one score games.
It's true. They keep
So
it close.
like yeah, like you gotta win the 50-50 eventually.
Oh, I no, that makes sense. Like they all can't break the one. They eventually want to break you away.
You feel me?
Then another 3 point game. This is the Broncos 3 point dog at home to the Chargers coming into town here. Chargers coming off of their bye as well. Justin Herbert, I believe, is good to go. J.K. Dobbins is good to go. Broncos on a nice little win streak here, though. They're a 3 point dog have at home. This is to start the 4 o'clock games. How are we feeling here? Bronco
Oh,
County.
but Bronco County stand up. Bronco County, we haven't been lit in so long. Bronco, hey man, Bo knows. Oh, this shit is crazy, right? This is probably the hardest game to pick this whole fucking week, Paul. And I'm telling you, I'm like hyping myself up crazy. You would swear I'm a Broncos fan. I've been watching that good sports. That's a YouTube channel. If you're a Broncos fan, go check them boys out. Goodbye. That's Bronco fan dominated. But oh man, kid, like I've been trying to tell myself, like, yo, Bo, you can come in and beat Justin Herbert and them boys, but I just think Justin Herbert and them boys coming a week healthier. I think John Harbaugh is not worried about this offense, and not Jim Harbaugh isn't worried about this offense. So like, I don't know, man. I don't know. This was
I,
the toughest one for me.
I'm all over the Broncos here as a home dog. They're like I'm shocked to see them as 3 point underdog. Honestly, I think maybe because Herbert's back, they are in that. But like Herbert hasn't had a crazy season. Like Bo Nix and him are averaging like same yards per game and shit. Like the defense for the Broncos is what the defense and home field advantage, and the fact that they're dogs is what made me go immediately. Yep, I'm going to Broncos here.
Yeah, I think that's the difference, and it's the defense. I think that Broncos defense has shown a lot of poise. I think they only really gave up one big play last week against the Raiders, and that was that touchdown
And
to Brock Bowers. But
and
after,
the
and that was like in
Chargers,
the first quarter.
Chargers two wins. Chargers two wins of the year are the Raiders, which we thought was a decent win at the time, and then the Panthers with Bryce Young before Andy Dalton got the start.
Yeah,
And
and
that
the
all doesn't
unsung
matter,
hero.
but
I was about to say the hero was J.K. Dobbins. Like,
yeah, like I really like the Broncos here as a home dog. They might be
yeah,
my dog. I don't know.
yeah, I think the Chargers are just a team that doesn't have a lot of their shit together right now.
Then we have arguably one of the uglier games of the week here. The Raiders, 3-point home dog, Kev. Aiden O'Connell will get the start taking on the Steelers defense. That's how I'm introducing the Steelers. The Steelers defense. TJ Watt playing, Kev. Yep.
I'll help you introduce them. The Steelers defense that lost last game on a 4th and goal.
Man, they had two red zone turnovers, bro. They they did all they could to win that game for that offense.
Like, and I kept looking at that play. And it was just the Cowboys called a man beater and they caught them boys in man. Like, caught them boys in man, took the corner. The corner was all the way over by the field goal post. And it wasn't a linebacker, it was a safety that picked up on Tolbert and he couldn't get in the passing lane and let them boys get through. And I think they couldn't sleep the night because of that. So they're coming through this week to play a Raiders team that has looked awful. They looked great when they got that win against the Ravens, and I think that's why we hyped them when they got that win against the Broncos too. But mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. As long as Justin Fields and the boys do not fuck up the game, because I feel like if they do start fucking up, you might see Russell Wilson. There might be some Russell Wilson chatter, maybe even a Russell Wilson snap or two. But as long as they don't fuck up the game, they don't even need to worry about the fact that their run game has been non-existent all season. All they got to do is don't fuck up, and they win this game. This is one of those games where the defense isn't going to give up more than 14. So just score your 14. Score
Aiden
your
O'Connell
14 and you're
too.
straight.
TJ Watt probably can get like 2.5 sacks, a forced fumble. Aiden O'Connell, they have no run game to speak of to like help Aiden O'Connell. And like this is lock potential right here.
Every time I think about the Steelers run game, I think like, you chose James Conner over Najee Harris. How do you feel?
Yeah, no. He still could have had Connor. We're from Pittsburgh. He's a Pittsburgh boy and all.
Mm-hmm. And I don't even think he cost them was that much in Arizona.
No. Both on the Steelers here. Moving on to the more of the marquee 4 o'clock games. We have the Cowboys, 3.5 point home dogs, to the Detroit Lions. Marquee matchup here, America's game, most likely at 425. Jared Goff, Dak Prescott. Parsons is going to be back for this game, I believe. Tolbert has emerged as wide receiver number 2. CeeDee Lamb, Rico Dowdle, running back 1 for the Cowboys. So their offense seems to maybe start getting their shit together. Is that enough to sway you as a home dog, Kev?
No.
No,
because they're like on a 3-game home losing streak.
Yeah, like I can't. I try talking myself into the Cowboys, but I just can't. I'm like the home hasn't been barking for y'all boys. Y'all are winning games off of like willpower. I feel like it's not like y'all are a better team.
Willpower in good situations.
Yeah.
Like you threw 2 red zone interceptions last week. So do I trust you? No. Do I trust you just because you're at home? No. Do I trust you against a Lions defense that I do expect to play well and it's coming off a bye? Got some time to ice up, heal up a little bit. Fuck no, I'm not taking the fucking Cowboys. I think Jahmyr Gibbs and Dave Montgomery are gonna have a field day. I think them boys is gonna eat. I think because of that, the play action is gonna open up. Jared Goff gets to eat now. I think their corners are cool, but Jameson Williams is a fucking speed demon, and his chance to make an explosive play against this Cowboys team that gives up a lot of explosive plays and as well as you have Amon-Ra St. Brown. I just think there's too many ways to beat this Cowboys team. And on top of that, which one of the better O lines in the league is going against a defense that still doesn't have the best players yet. So they came out last week and they played without their best players and won for sure. But I'm not taking them boys, even though they did look good last week.
I co-sign everything you said. The only thing that might make it a little shaky is that the Lions secondary is still very questionable on if they're
Oh,
good or not. So Dak could have a good game, but and like CD, but the Lions as a whole unit is just an overall better team. And I think the Vegas themselves just doesn't have they haven't been able to read the Cowboys yet. Like they're the lines for the Cowboys every week has been off. Like they're 7-point favorites against the Saints, and the Saints have dog walked them. They were 2.5-point dogs to the Steelers last week. They won that game. Um, this week they're only 3.5-point dogs. I feel like they should be like almost like a 7-point dog. To be honest, I just don't think they're. I don't think they know what they're doing with the Cowboys. They think they're better than they are, and they're not. So give me the
not,
Lions.
not so people don't know what they're doing. Is what is it? NBC? Because they did not flex this game into the night game. And I didn't think about it until I was watching the Pat McAfee show. And Boston Connor was like, oh, that's the he said it's the Lions versus Cowboy primetime Jared Goff. What you think? And then they was like, oh no, that's 4 o'clock. The primetime game is the one under it. They're like, what the fuck are the Giants doing in prime time? And I'm just like watching this show like this show is really on ESPN because he is spazzing. He was like, I'm fucking pissed. Why the fuck do I have to watch the fucking Giants at 8 o'clock?
Two different. Fox was not willing to give up their game to flex it because it's a marquee game. Like you're like trying to trade cards, and they're trying to give these motherfuckers the Giants game for their game instead, and they're like, no, I'm not giving you the fucking Lions and Cowboys for the Giants and Bengals. Sorry, everybody.
Sorry, fuck you. So yeah, it was quite funny to watch some boys spaz out like that. And I understand. I think the Bengals, their defense has been atrocious. So I think they let the Giants score 20 plus points. But this offense better keep doing what the fuck they've been doing the last couple of weeks. And they win this game like sink quite handily.
Who the Bengals?
Yeah.
Oh, you moving along? You skipped over your Falcons.
Oh, my bad. The Falcons are all the way at the top. I apologize.
Yeah, Falcons, Panthers. Which I wasn't gonna spend too much time on this because I was gonna say I feel like the Andy Dalton Express is kind of wore out. Like you can only get so much juice, but it's not the same as the Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco is gonna keep giving. Andy Dalton, after a few games, we saw his stint on the Cowboys when he was named the starter. When Dak got hurt, we saw his stint on the Saints when he was named the starter. It runs out. It runs out very quick, and I think your Falcons roll here.
Oh yeah, I think we do our thing. I think this is gonna be a good test because I think the Panthers defense has shown times where they have shown like great effort. I think they might give up 20 plus points a game, but like it was one game was against because of the Saints on their fucking tear. And then there was the beginning of the season where the offense was giving the ball up. So I do want to see our offense get come alive. I want to see Bijan have a good game after being slowed down last week by the Bucks defense. But I'm expecting us to win this real quick and we kind of solidify our lead a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Especially if the Saints get that done.
Yeah, you need this like to like kind of like got stack them chips up in inside your own division.
Oh yeah, got to. Especially when both the divisions are playing, both games are the divisions playing against each other. Got to.
Then we move along. Kev already tipped his hand. The Bengals
Oh
defense
yeah.
has like Bengals defense has been asked, and the Giants offense has looked pretty decent in these past couple of weeks. No Malik Neighbors for the Giants offense, but that wasn't a problem last week. Um, they still got production out of Rondell Robinson and Darius Slayton, and I kind of expect the same here. But I'm just on this boat that like the Bengals we gotta win these games.
Facts, you gotta win these games. You can't even smell like you're about to lose this game. Like even a little bit, because football is all about momentum. So like you gotta get this done, and because you guys are 1-4. Like we understand slow starts and all that good shit, but no, fuck that. Y'all gotta lock it.
Like if y'all lose this game, honestly, like y'all's, I'm like the hopes of playoffs is kind of like dwindled. I like at 1-5, it's kind of, you really dug yourself too deep of a hole. Like you need to win this game. I know last week y'all had it in y'all's fucking grasp. Y'all could have been 2-3 right now, potentially 3-3 after this game. But no, you're 1-4, and you got to win these next 3 games. You got. I don't give a fuck who your opponents are. You got to be 4-4 by week 8 to at least to be like at least three. You got to be just somewhere in that ballpark.
I mean, yeah, and they beat themselves in a lot of those games that they've lost so far. Like the Chiefs game, you get the sack fumble. This game, y'all missed the field goal. Like your defense can't give up as many points as they do, and like some crazy shit also happens as well. Like you can't do both. And this is one of those games where y'all gotta okay, defense is giving up points. I don't give a fuck. Ja'Marr Chase, be back out there.
Yeah, that's how I'm thinking. I think the offense they're gonna be game. They're gonna be a team that they're gonna be like the Vikings that one year where the defense let up like 28 points per game, but yet the offense was still winning games because they were putting up 31 a game.
Facts on some crazy shit.
Both on the Bengals here. Got to get that win. Monday night, we got the Bills versus the Jets here. Jets are a home dog, 2.5 point home dog. It is in New York, so it's going to probably be, I don't know how MetLife's going to look. Could be Bills fans, could be Jets fans, could be split 50-50. No Robert Saleh, so new head coach here. We're going to see how the Jets feel about they new head coach or how they feel about their old head coach. It's going to be telling this game how they look. Bills, Jets. Jets win. They're 3-3. Bills are 3-3. Like, with the tiebreaker over them. So like this has kind of got some weight to it. It isn't just some wash away game. How are you feeling here?
Oh, the Jets. There's a game they steal. This is the one that they're supposed to steal. Like there's a game where there is like, yo, I think we can come in and win this game. Like we can show that we're still a playoff team. We have a chance, like you know what I'm saying, to win our division. This is the game you wake up and you go win. But do I trust y'all? Mm,
Yeah, primetime Aaron Rodgers here, Monday Night Football. I don't know his stats and everything, but I feel like he shows up in primetime games. Josh Allen,
mm.
I feel like shows up in primetime games. So it could go, they're probably battling each other somewhere in some Twitter communities.
Compare. See, like here's the thing. Do I trust this team? New play caller. Aaron Rodgers just threw 3 interceptions in a primetime game. Well, not really, I guess, but in London when it was just him playing early morning. Josh Allen last time playing primetime, they decimated the Jaguars. Mm, I think me and the Bills Mafia might be on or something. Even though this is the game that the Jets, y'all wake up and y'all go win this game. Like y'all show up hype, lit, ready to fuck shit up. But this is a game that y'all don't do it.
I will say Josh Allen is the king of little broing the teams that within the division. And you'll play decent against everybody else. But then when it comes up to when he plays the Dolphins and the Jets, he just little bros them every. If he plays his perfect game, and you're sitting there, you're watching an MVP play football, and that's exactly what I expect to happen. They're gonna put up like 34 points in this game, and the Jets offense I just don't think is gonna keep up. The Bills, like coming off a loss too. I really like the Bills here. Like they're gonna get up for this game. I'm not saying the Jets won't either, but like you said, when they steamroll the Jaguars on prime time and they're just clicking on all cylinders, that's kind of like Josh Allen still yet to throw an interception. Like that's still on the table. Um, I'm riding with the Bills here. I don't like it, but I'm riding with them.
I don't like it. I'm not. I mean, it's either that or right with the Jets. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
See, I would be better off riding with the Jets because then at least it brings everybody closer to the Dolphins too, record wise. But I just have a feeling Josh Allen's gonna go in there and just light this shit up. But that's the full slate, Kev. That's Sunday, 7:30 in the morning, across the pond, all the way to Monday night, prime time, Kev. And of course, before we head out, we got to give out 2 locks, 1 dog. We killed it on the locks last week, 4-0 as a team. Hopefully, we keep that good juju going. I see you've been writing some things down, making some circles, putting some X's next to some things. So I'm gonna let you kick us off. What do you got for your locks and your dog?
I'm about to say, don't forget, I've been throwing a lot of D's next to it. And I think I picked more dogs than you this week, Paul. It's looking like you only picked two
Yeah, you
dogs.
got you got three dogs. I got two dogs.
And all my dogs are back to back, and they're all going against you. So I don't know how I feel about that. And especially this week after I just got my pick stolen of the 49ers. I'm a I'm gonna make I'm gonna use that as a fucking if there's a tie for the picks, I'm gonna use that as an I'm gonna be like, hey man, I'm just saying, I'm gonna just use this as a fucking can't even think of what the word for it is, but send it in as a fucking complaint. Like I don't know, man. We
Formal.
might have to look we might have to look back at that. Like I don't know. But we got Saints, Colts, Broncos. I gotta dog up the Broncos just because the Colts are away. I really like the Colts as the away team, but I'm a dog up the Broncos because I don't think I don't think they won like 3 games in a row in so long. So like,
So they're on a 3 game win streak right now.
is that what it is? So the fourth
And
game win streak?
it's on a
Ooh,
fourth.
damn, dog. I might let you get the Broncos because I might dog up the Colts to go to Tennessee and get the dub, even though their defenses look suspect. But dang, do I let you get the Broncos and force you to dog up the
I
Commanders?
can go first. I'm gonna tell you right now, I ain't taking the Broncos.
Who you got?
You already know who my other commies. I'm going with the commies or the straight up big dog.
No, no. All right, so let me dog up the Broncos then since they open. Damn, that boy went to commies. You feeling yourself
Feeling it. I'm going crazy this week.
in Baltimore?
I'm going with the fucking I'm seeing the vision.
I respect it, homie. I respect it. So, then if you going first, then who your two locks?
I'm giving out my two locks. One that I really like is the Bears in London. I had them last week as a lock. They showed out. I am going to be kind of intrigued because it is a home game technically. Like if they do lose this game, does that account to their home field winning streak? Since it's not at Soldier Field. Um, then my other lock. I said it was probably lock territory, and I'm gonna go with them. I'm gonna go Steelers over the Raiders. That defense is gonna show up and just beat the shit out of Aiden O'Connell.
That's a great fucking lock. I mean, I kind of need to, so I'm gonna do it. I gotta lock up my Falcons against these Panthers real quick, and then I think I'm gonna lock up. Did I lock up the Texans last week? No, I locked up the Commanders and the Packers. So yeah, let me lock up the Texans this week because I do love locking my boys up.
All right, so we got the Falcons, Texans for you, Kev. Bears, Steelers for
Mhm.
me. And then we're looking at the dogs. Kev with the Broncos, home dog. And I got the
Oh,
Commanders,
dog.
big dog.
Know what I'm saying? I really like that Colts dog. I'm gonna take the Broncos on this one.
Well, we appreciate all y'all watching. Made it from the start to the finish. We just broke down NFL Week 6, so we'll be back to the regular scheduled program next week. As always, go down, like, and subscribe. Comment your picks, your bets, your parlays. I'm Paul Pick and Win 'em with Kevin Waterboy Savoy. And y'all